Hey guys, welcome back to a episode of
Rating Arizona
Beers, brought to you by King's Beer and Wine. And I'd like to go ahead and say Happy New Year, Eric.
Happy New Year, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a little while since we've recorded one of these, and it is a new year. How's it been going so far?
It's been going really well.
Yeah.
Still doing a lot of brewing and drinking Arizona beers.
Brewing. Where are you brewing?
Doing a lot of brewing at Patent 139.
Heck yeah.
Now, so
Heck yeah.
been just putting some beers on tap over there, and it's been a lot of fun.
Have you made the avocado beer yet?
We did the avocado Kolsch.
Okay.
Yeah, we released it at the Copper State Beer Festival, and it was a pretty good hit.
It was good beer.
Yeah, a lot of people enjoyed that. So
Was that the first time you've ever brewed with avocado?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have no reason to brew with avocado besides that.
And it was very subtle. It's a very subtle taste, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. It was more lime, cilantro kind of came through a little bit more than the
gotcha.
actual avocado
Yeah.
that we did. So,
It's a great
anyways,
beer. Yeah.
we're
here.
Thank you to Kings. Again, this
Yes.
is brought to you by Kings Beer and Wine. My name is Marcus, and of course, your host, Mr. Eric Walters.
Eric Walters.
And today we're doing a beer out of Old Ellsworth Brewing Company, located in Queen Creek.
Queen Creek, yeah.
Queen Creek.
Creek's first brewery, I believe.
This is a porter coming in at 6.2%. Dead Porter Society.
Yeah, I
And
like that.
The can art is really cool.
They do a really good job of, like, as you're looking at it, like they have a small little strip right here with like the government warning and the independent tag and Arizona made and the QR code, but that's like an inch. The rest of the can is taken up by the actual design, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
You don't see that often.
I like the metallic label too. That it really adds a lot to it. Really cool. And so Old Ellsworth. I've never been to Old Ellsworth.
Man,
I know.
Go there.
I haven't been to a lot of places.
I haven't either.
There's a lot to cover.
Sure.
But I understand. I mean, obviously, I've had a lot of their beers.
At festivals and on tap around town. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but never have been there. See that there's like some on Instagram. I see this cupcake thing going on all the time.
Oh,
or
yeah.
a pastry thing. Is there like a?
I think they do a new pastry every week or something like that. At one point, they were doing that. Yeah. But their food is really good, man. Like their poutine is like it's like build your own poutine. Because I'm not a fan of the classic like gravy poutine, right? I would rather have like a cheese sauce or something like that on there. So I do like the pulled pork with their like beer cheese on it on the fries. Dude, that's right up my avenue for sure. But no, great people too. I worked with Brian McKean, one of the founders. I worked with him at University of Phoenix. Not with him directly, but people would tell me, oh, this guy that works in the military division, he's starting up a brewery. So we connected just kind of through email while we were working there. And then I ended up going and doing an episode with them a couple years later. But it's
Small world.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and honestly, like I think 12% of the population in Phoenix has worked at University of Phoenix. Another 40% knows somebody that worked at University of Phoenix. But it was an interesting story because Queen Creek actually was seeking out a brewery, right? You know how some cities in Arizona, it's a lot more difficult and a lot more cumbersome to try to open it. You know that, what that's like, right? Mm-hmm. Queen Creek was like, we want a brewery. We're going to help you guys from start to finish. And they were like, they've been awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I can only dream that someone would reach out and be like, hey, by the way, we want you to open a brewery right now, and we'll pay for it. And we'll help you out. Like,
well, there's a guy, I think the town of Safford, Arizona is looking for a brewery.
Oh, nice. They could keep looking. Cool.
Yeah, it's about 2-3 hours away. Yeah,
exactly.
Actually, at least. But let's crack this thing open, man.
Open. I'm pretty excited. I've never had a canned Old Ellsworth beer before, so
yeah, they use a Cano canner. Do you know Cano?
Cano, yeah.
Yeah, dude, Cano is a badass canning
line. Is that
line.
the Simple Machine use a Cano?
Yep, Simple Machine uses Cano. Lake Pleasant, Front Porch, Old Ellsworth, Richter. There's a couple around. Yeah, just
so cool.
It really is. So I think I surprised you by bringing this one in. I went down and saw those guys, and they said, hey, take some beers with you. And I'm like, this one's going to come on the show.
Totally surprised me. You are not a porter stout kind of guy, or dark beer in general.
I haven't been. I have not been. But the hazy IPAs are just so easy to drink that I pound them, and it's, within 2 hours, I've got like 4 or 5 of them down. I'm like, all right, I need to mix this up a little bit. And, porters and dark beers. Actually, the one that really kind of turned my opinion on it is the Baltic Porter from Simple Machine, which is really good because it's a lager, right? A Baltic Porter is a lager, so it's not as thick. At least from my experience, it's not as thick as like a porter.
Yeah, Baltic is like a lagered stout, basically, is what it is.
Yeah,
you know, so,
it's great, dude.
Yeah.
It's a great beer. So, all right, man, what are we working with here?
Well, we definitely got a khaki head on that. Just black as pitch, but obviously in a porter's world, it's usually got a little bit of mahogany hues coming through at the base and stuff like that. When you shine the light on it, it'll probably be nice and clear with mahogany hues in it.
You don't see through that one very. This is dense.
It's really it's like dense. Yeah. No, definitely. Let's get a dry by aroma.
Ooh.
Man, yeah, that's great.
That's porterish.
That's very, very, very porterish. I definitely get a lot of like that baker's kind of chocolate, kind of thing going on in the back. A little bit of coffee notes in there too. Just a quick drive-by. What
makes what builds a porter? Like where do you get the darkness? Where do you get that? Because I know they're not adding chocolate to it.
Right. Yeah. Well, porters. I mean, a lot of times you're getting the roasted grains. Roasted malts. Yeah. So the more they roast the malt, the darker the malt gets, and then obviously that transfers into the color of the beer whenever you're mashing. So
yeah.
You can use, there's a lot of different chocolate malts.
Okay.
So you can use chocolate malts to get kind of like a chocolate flavor, but sometimes just using the darker grains in general give you chocolate,
So chocolate malt in the
barley.
sense of like there's chocolate involved in the process, or just the way they do it?
Yeah, I guess it's just the malting process, really no chocolate involved in it, but that's the flavor you get out of it once you mash it.
Which is one of the coolest things about beer, I think, right? Because you get stone fruit, you get this and that. Like there was no fruit added to it. Exactly. It's just the hops or this. There's no chocolate added to it, but because of the grain and that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, because it has like even a smoked. I even get like a kind of a smoked kind of coffee, baker's chocolate kind of thing going on in there. It's wonderful aroma.
It really is.
So, yeah.
It really is.
I get a taste on it. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Welcome to 2023.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
2023.
Man. Dang, that's good. That's good.
I dig that.
Yeah,
big time.
See, I don't know what to look for, right? So because I'm kind of new to porters, and if a beer is made well, right, I'm like, okay, that's a good beer. Yeah. Or you could have a classic, somebody who knows, the judging criteria of like, yeah, that's good, but that's not a porter, right? Where does this fall within that?
To me, like porter is kind of a little bit more dry, not as sweet as like say a big imperial stout or stout. You do get a little bit more of that coffee and chocolate kind of drying, kind of thing with it as well. And body-wise, it's usually a little bit thinner and lower ABV than a stout.
Gotcha.
Although this one drinks pretty nice. Like the mouthfeel is really, really good.
For sure.
It's not thin at all. It's probably like maybe medium minus, which is very enjoyable. It's definitely dry, but that coffee chocolate thing, man, it just really, it really hits you really good, like just all in the right spots.
For sure.
So
I feel like we should have left some from. Oh, there's some still in there for Mark.
Super clean too. That's another thing,
Yeah.
Just very clean, nothing off about it at all. I mean, you could just really sit by a fire and enjoy this thing.
Trying to see if there was a can on date, but something like this will sit well, right? This ages well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could probably leave it in a can and have it next year, and it probably tastes, wouldn't probably skip a beat.
Yeah. Would it improve?
Probably not improve.
Okay.
Because there's really nothing in it. Hasn't been barrel aged. It hasn't been, it's just straight up porter. So if anything, it might get a little maltier.
Okay.
So if you don't like how sharp it is right now, maybe it would, soften up a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay.
Over time. But otherwise, I mean, you could drink your porters fresh just like this, and it's delicious.
It's really good, man. This is like sitting on the patio in Flagstaff type of feeling, right?
Absolutely.
The sun is shining. It's 50 degrees, but you are in a T-shirt because my business partner Luke always laughs at me. He's like, every time we come to Flagstaff, you talk about how it's warmer up here because it's closer to the sun. I'm like, hey, it is, right? Because you can be in Flagstaff and it's 50 degrees.
And it's hot.
And you're warm, right? Those clear skies, and I dig that. It's kind of the best of both worlds, right?
Oh yeah,
get a little cool breeze, you see some snow and stuff, but you're not freezing your ass off.
Yeah, Flagstaff's amazing.
Yeah. They've been getting hit lately too. I don't know if you've been watching.
Like 4 feet of snow.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's what I would say with, make a trip down there, right? Make a trip down to Old Ellsworth.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Have the food. There's a place pretty close. I'd say it's 10, 15 minutes. It's called the Pork Shop. It's like a butcher. Dude, this place is top notch, man. Like he does a lot of his own seasonings, a lot of his own barbecue sauce, and then they have food you can order there, kind of like Proper Meats in Flagstaff. But then there's also like the butcher shop that you can get really whatever you need. And this dude has the most iconic mustache. It looks like a fake plastic mustache. Yeah, it's like really waxed up.
Waxed up. Nice.
Yeah. But I think his name's Jason. Met him one time delivering magazines, but just a really, really cool spot down there. So Queen Creek is quite a hike, but for depending on where you live. For you,
it's down the street. I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally. I looked it up because I was gonna head down there and ended up at Sleepy Whale. Sorry, Old Ellsworth. But I was driving and I was like, okay, I still got like 20 minutes to go. And Sleepy Whale's this next left.
yeah, right.
So I kind of stopped there. But anyways, no, it's not far from me. I'm right off the South Mountain Freeway.
Yeah.
In 24th Street. So it's literally, 15, 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
So not
make
too
it
bad.
make it a priority,
I will.
man. Take
I
the
will.
family down, have some lunch or dinner.
Gonna have to.
Yeah, cool spot, good food, and this beer is very impressive.
Yeah. So
man.
as far as the score is concerned, based off of other porters that you've tried,
I would say 8.75.
I'm at 9.2.
Oh, dang. Nice,
Yeah.
man. Nice.
I really like it.
You've got a lot more experience in that as well dang.
Yeah.
That's a good grade for this beer.
Very good beer. I am very pleasantly surprised with how well this one came out. I like just a regular porter, not a big old adjunct,
Sure.
porter and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Just something hits all the marks. So perfect.
All right, man. Well, there we go.
First one in the books.
First one, 2023. We kind of shake the rust off a little bit, but that was a good way to shake the rust off.
Oh heck yeah! Yeah, and big shout out to Mark and Sarah over at King's
Yep.
Beer and Wine for hosting us, letting us come drink some beers and hang out with the folks here.
Yeah.
You guys are ever in the area of Central and Thomas, or even not in the area of Central and Thomas, come down to King's and check it out.
For sure.
Amazing place.
It is. Right between downtown and uptown,
Yep.
midtown, I guess you
Midtown,
could
yeah.
say. Great spot, great beers, great music. Cheers, guys. Thanks for
Cheers.
watching and listening. Cheers to King's Beer and Wine and Old Ellsworth. Nice work with this beer.
Excellent.